Welcome back. This is Sports Extravaganza. This is live. My name is Tony Kwalanda. Just a while ago, we had the professional footballers who are just fresh from landing from Romania, where I've told you, they might just have been picked by Steaua Bucharest. These deals are just done under the water. You remember yesterday was the deadline for the European transfer. For the under-20s, the under-15s, like the highway secondary schools, the transfer is just being done under the carpet, pole-pole. So you just never know when they'll be landing in Europe, in Romania, in Germany, in France, in Czech, in Poland, you just never know. So, of course, congratulations to them. At this juncture, now I have the people who, yes, who made it possible. The dignitaries who ensured that Highway Secondary School and Kobala girls from Homa Bay County Highway in Nairobi, who won the Europe Day Kenya football tournament, traveled and had a training camp in Bucharest in Romania and a cultural exchange in that beautiful country where I was myself as well for about 2 weeks. Of course, that's why we have them here. Let me start, of course, ladies first. Her Excellency Gentiana Serbu, who is the Romanian ambassador to Kenya. Congratulations, Ambassador, for presenting your papers to Burundi, to Rwanda, to Tanzania. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm really very honored to be here and to be again with you in this show.
Welcome.
And I hope to share a little bit with the Kenyan spectators, how you call them, TV audience?
Viewers and
viewers.
Yes.
Okay. What it was at the origin, how the project developed, yes, and our support that we gave.
Indeed.
Together with the EU delegation.
And of course, just as the ambassador has mentioned, we also have the European Union delegation to Kenya representative, my very good friend Thomas von Handel, who is representing Her Excellency, the EU ambassador to Kenya, Ambassador Henriette Geiger, who is on official duties in Kisumu with the president of the country, Dr. William Ruto. But thank you very much indeed for coming over. I'm sure I'll be preparing you for EU. Are they going to have this tournament again next season? That question will be coming up later. I'm sure Ambassador didn't want me to ask you this, but we shall ask you because now we have Ambassador is willing. We also have my very good friend who we actually traveled together as well. The first time I was going for training in Romania, Bucharest. That's Radu Minea. Andrei, who is finding it hard to introduce him, but he's a top shot at the Romanian embassy in Nairobi.
Thank you, Tony.
That's true.
Because he's my boy, So and then, of course, we have now the principal of Highway Secondary School, that is Irungu Nduati, who stayed with us, of course. And then we have the students with us still. Sorry, I take back my words. Professional footballers. Mabea, Gaucho, Shaka, Aucho, and of course, of course, all of them, and the entire Highway Secondary School, and Kobala as well. We shall be playing those clips in a few. But let me just start with Her Excellency Gentiana Serbu. You did almost a 3/4 of work hosting Kobala Secondary School girls, hosting Highway Secondary School, ensuring they have the best experience, arranging the two teams, your national teams, to train these particular boys and girls, planning and arranging your friends, your colleagues to support them with football equipment, with football attire. Share with us that experience and what they are saying, the feedback you're getting from Romania.
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present all of this. First of all, I would like to say something that I want to be well understood. The fact that we are part of European Union, Romania. So we are very attached to the European values. And one of these is the union, the teamwork. So we had the opportunity with this project to work in a team with our colleagues from European delegation, with Brussels, with Romania. So it was a teamwork, and this is the beauty of European Union. And I think that everything else comes after. So another thing that I want to be clear, nobody had anything to, if it's a personal win or a personal benefit. You have to know that all the private companies, private persons that participated in this project, because even the academy, it's a private one, and the hotels, everybody is in a private sector, they didn't sign a sponsorship contract. That usually it happens. It's the first time when I'm as an ambassador, I make a project and nobody asks me anything. So it was no benefit. It was from the bottom of the heart. We did it for these children, and we did it like they were our children, because children all the world are our children. Okay? So this is the entire spirit of this project. I hope I'm well understood. Yes. That this was the beauty of this project. It was from the delegation, from Romania, from our side, all the support for these children. And we had three pillars, not only sport and culture, we had also education, because these children are also good students. So we wanted to visit a Romanian university and to see and to stimulate them to be much better and to learn and to study and to become students. We offer also scholarships. EU has a program which is called Erasmus+, which offers scholarships. So they can learn, they can study. If they are good, they will have scholarships. So they have opportunities, not only just football, but also as students. Okay?
Indeed, very true indeed.
This is...
Yeah, clearly you put it well, Your Excellency. And of course, as you've mentioned, Thomas, on behalf of the EU, you've heard the boys when you're here. They were saying how excited they were. It was some of them, it was the first time to get on a plane. It was the first time to go to a European country. It's the first time to play an international game, because they've actually played. In fact, that one goes down as an international cup for them, having played and represented the country on foreign soil. From what you've heard from them, I mean, the European Union delegation, I mean, what did you get benefit from this tournament, and what feedback did you get from them in that particular experience they had in Romania?
Right, Tony, I mean, let me start by saying that we're incredibly proud of how they did. We didn't know when we started the tournament that the highway is a football powerhouse in Kenya, and yes. We discovered that, of course, when they also are the Kenyan school champions, and they went to the East African Championship in Uganda. So, and we were very proud to hear that they've been winning their matches, yes. And that they enjoyed this trip so much. So we've been following closely. Now the whole background, as you alluded to already, came a bit from the fact that we celebrate each year a European Day as the EU and its member states, as a Team Europe. And this year we were trying to define what we could do, and because we had the European Football Championships in Germany and we had the Olympics in Paris, we were inspired by the idea of sport and by the idea of youth, and we were thinking what we could do with our limited means that we have. So we started this project sometimes in October 2023, and we were trying to define where we would go, and we tried to cover not only Nairobi, but also some of the counties, and I think I'm especially proud that we managed to go to Marsabit. Yes. That was the first tournament, regional tournament that we held, and it was a very, very contested tournament, especially at the girls that were playing. They went on a strike because they were not agreeing with the refugees' decision, and this had to be managed. So that was really, really good. So from Marsabit, from Kilifi, from Homa Bay, and from Nairobi, and then we got it all together, and we were together standing on the field trying to moderate our MC. And thank you to Cape Media Group and to TV47 for doing that. as well, and to promote this idea. And as the ambassador said, it wasn't only sport, it was also education. It was also sort of showing that we work with young people. Kenya has an enormous amount of young people, a lot of potential, and we wanted to show that we're there for them as well. And so this was a way of trying to show this. We do many, many other things, of course, with young people and for young people, but so we'll see. And now, this was the first time we've done this. Yeah. I cannot promise you that we will do it immediately again, but yeah. We're all very happy with how it worked. It was an enormous amount of work. Yes. And we are exploring what we can do, how we can do, who we can work with to make something like this happen again.
Indeed, Thomas, well done. Well put indeed. Thomas, of course, from the European Union delegation to Kenya. Let me bring in Radu. Radu is from the Romanian embassy in Kenya. And Radu, together with the entire team from the Foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs, both here and in Bucharest, were able to ensure they had a seamless reception of our teams. And of course, as Radu will be speaking, we shall be looking at how Kobala were some of their matches they were playing, of course, in order to be able to play that. So Radu, I know a lot of work was put into this in terms of everything. How was it, and what are our Romanian friends saying about your guests?
Thank you, Tony. First of all, I want to say that this project was a huge logistic behind. Trust me. And this project started from a discussion between me and the ambassador in one evening. Yes. We can do it. Yes, we will do. And after we proposed to the European Union, and yes. Look what we've done all together like a team. I want to tell you a story, because yes. In that night when the kids needs to go to the airport, yes. One of the kids doesn't have visa in the passport. Ah. Nobody knows this. And imagine me, I give the passport to everyone, and only one remain without passport. Come to me and say, my passport. Say, oh my God. And we make a huge effort to issue the visa in that night. We call everyone. You don't know what it was there. Me, I said to my ambassador, I couldn't tell him that he cannot go. And we manage, and
well done.
We do
it. Cried.
And nobody knows, maybe when they are on the road from one point to another point, we just resolve things to everything be better.
Because I know the process of visa, I know. So well done, Radu.
But it was a huge logistic effort from everybody. Yes. But we do it from our soul, from them, and even we have a lot of learn from them.
Yes. We learn also.
We learn how they said you win against Romanian teams. Yes. That we can learn one from each other.
That's very true indeed. And Principal, of course, the boys are well behaved. I could see you had actually prepared them. It's natural for them to have expressed themselves the way they are, and the discipline showed on the pitch. If they were not well behaved behind the scenes, then the pitch they would not have been behaved very well. But of course, from what you're hearing from, of course, the EU, from the Romanian embassy, and you've had the embassies are like, if EU does not, they might. This gives hope to you in future for these boys and the upcoming ones.
True, and we once again we're very, very grateful to the whole team. It's a big team, but especially to Madam Babasinda here. I know she's a diplomat. She'll be very diplomatic, but she had to work because this young man called Tony did not have a passport. He's the youngest. He's 13 years old. He's there in the embassy, in the Babasinda's residence. He's going to be left, and the plane is leaving. The ambassador and Mr. Radu here got the visa in 45 minutes. Now, that doesn't even happen for the president.
I'll buy Radu a gift for that. I'll get Radu a gift on ambassador.
It was a big, big thing, and we're really grateful. We are lucky, as Highway and as Kobala speaking for them, to be able to get that opportunity. I think for those of us who are older would remember the Korean trip of the 1980s, where we had Omondi Korea, and that is when we had very good national teams. So I believe this is a foundation for a very good national team for Kenya, because they've seen the professionalism that is required there. Now that it was a huge success, I think our appeal as the people in charge of the young people is that if this would continue, it would help Kenya a lot in terms of growth, and would possibly get nearer where Romania is, where Belgium is, where Germany is, the other European countries, and there are quite many. Just to put it in perspective, FC Sheikh Zereda, that team plays in the UEFA Youth League.
Yes, in the UEFA Youth League, exactly.
So we play in a team that is playing at that level. And if we are able to even contain them, that tells you the level at which we ought to be playing as Kenya. And with the support of the European Union and the Romanian embassy, we should be able to get there. And as a country, we are very, very grateful that this happened in Kenya this year. We didn't have any other delegation visiting Romania. It was just the Kenyan. And yet we know the European Union is everywhere. So we are very grateful, and we look forward to that. I'm sure when the boys get the opportunity and the girls, they will really fight for it.
This is true. Your Excellency, I remember when I was in Bucharest, you shared some of the names of our Kenyan athletes, especially in rugby, who are participating in your rugby leagues. You mentioned, of course, some of the Kenyan athletes also who have set up camp, who are now citizens of Romania. We have these young ones here who are hoping in future that they'll be able to play for Steaua Bucharest, or in your tennis, or in your rugby. What will you tell them? Because they are very hopeful. They have tested Romania. Trust me, they want to go back to Romania and any other European nation. Your Excellency.
Well, I'm touched, really. You speak a lot now about us, but we are, as I said, part of European Union, and we also benefited for some support in order to build our infrastructure from funds from European Union. It was not just a national support or a national contribution. So this is a construction, and we are part of this. So of course, we have to be careful with the funds. We have to use them properly. But this is a result also of good management, but also the participation of us in this construction. Yes. So being now we are at a level where we can share from our experience. We can also invite other people to come to Romania and to know our infrastructure, to benefit from our infrastructure, to participate in our contests. So, well, what can I say more? It's a win-win process, and we hope that Kenya will continue to be part of it.
Indeed. I know when I just, the other day after I came from Bucharest, Romania, and I posted those things on social media, most of you were asking, how do I get to Romania? What kind of work is there in Romania? Radu, prepare yourself to answer that. What can I do? The observer you'd answer, of course, because they asked me this question on social media. So you'll answer that. But first of all, let me ask Thomas this question. Thomas, the Europe Day Kenya football tournament, the inaugural event, was such a successful football tournament due to the sponsors, partners, the member states. What feedback are you hearing from them concerning this until now, that now we have the boys back from this wonderful tour of Romania?
So no, it's very, very positive what we heard, and we had obviously Romania very very much engaged in presenting this trip, which is sort of an extension of our tournament, because for us we were finishing on the 17th of May and we had some prizes, but and this has obviously made the project even better and also prolonged it. We still have some of the other winners. The second team, the third team have won prizes with Kenyan professional football teams in Kenya to training days and so on. And everyone that was participating, we made sure that everyone got something for it. So that was really, really good. Germany sponsored the whole Kilifi tournament in it, and they did that as part of their campaign for the European Championships in Germany that were being played. So this was very very good. But also many of our other member states, each one with their own abilities,
Yes.
of course, did contribute. So it's a joint event. And so in our events that we do, we want to make sure that we get all 27 or everyone that is here. And we have 19 member states that are represented in Kenya. So we're a big group.
Yes.
To do something together that allows everyone to showcase both their nations and the member states, but also the EU. So this was very good. We had some very good feedback from our colleagues in Brussels. They participated financially in this endeavor as well, because they wanted to hook on this. And we indeed had also the Romanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Their communications director was with us to discuss how we were going to follow this and trying to promote it, because what we're trying to show is, of course, a human side of what we are and what we do and what we're trying to do. And we're trying to partner with Kenya, and our interest is in helping Kenya and developing our relations as equals. And this starts with the youth, and it can be in football, it can be in sports, it can be in education. Like you said, we have for university students a lot of programs. The Erasmus Plus program we just saw off basically a week ago. Scholars that are going on a joint master's program with the Erasmus Mundus program in various European destinations, and they all go to 2 or 3 countries within their 2-year stay. So we do a lot of this, and that's where we want to build on. So we will do something next year for sure. I cannot promise that it will be exactly the same, but we will do something that will be in. And we're hooked now because we think this was a good thing. And our feedback from all the partners, everyone said it was a lot of work, but I think everyone feels that it was worth the effort. And what to me personally, is to see them going to Romania and playing, but also the girls in Marsabit playing, coming, and for many of them, it was the first time they came to Nairobi to play this. And the Homa Bay girls of Kubalas were amazing.
Yes, very good.
How they played, and that is obviously a joy that is in our job. Sometimes you have these few moments when you get this joy.
Indeed, true. Thomas, thank you very much. Radu, we cannot underscore, the importance of the county governments in this particular tournament. Homa Bay County was very, of course, through their governor, Her Excellency Gladys Wanga. They supported this particular tournament. Marsabit County were very supportive. So county governments and the national government, I remember, of course, when we were at the stadium in Ulinzi, the entire government was there. So the support of the government, both county and national, was very important for this tournament, Radu.
Yes, they are very important.
Yes. And of course, you'll continue working with, of course, the county governments going forward, of course. They are very important for your projects, both for sports and also for these other development projects you have in the country.
Oh, yes, of course, we will work together. We will do a lot of projects. We try to find some lines for new projects.
Yes.
We're
And
working on this.
Yeah.
we will work here to do
for that. And for those people who are on social media, after I left Romania, a lot were asking, how do we, are they able to, I'm sure on your platform in the Romanian embassy, of course, you have ways of how people can travel to Romania and work.
Yes, we have.
And maybe play and all those things. Most of them are asking me those questions. Let me pose it out there. Ambassador and Radu, you can answer that.
Romania needs yearly about 200,000 employers, from the workers to the high-end engineers and so on. What I see in the consular section, it's a rising of applications of 50%.
Wow.
So the people from Kenya try to go to work in Romania, they get work permits, they go legally there, and we help them to get visa and to go there to work. And
yeah, good. Ambassador, that's true. Because you see, they'll ask me, Tony, you didn't ask the ambassador and you had her there. How can we go work there or play there? It's an application process, I'm sure. You can easily have access to it on your platforms online, right?
On what? On
Like when they want to, like any Kenyan who wants to maybe travel to Romania.
Oh yes, we
either
have
for
it's on
tourism
internet.
or for work. It is online.
It's online, but for work it's more specific. It's not just because I want to go and I apply on internet. So you need a contract.
Good.
So
I hope I've answered you wherever you are. You need a contract. You need a company that is welcoming you and hosting you. Then now the Romanian embassy will be able to facilitate or assist you once you have any formal contract with that. I needed to, because there were, if I showed you, Your Excellency, the feedback, people love Romania. Of course, Principal, let me also, just as we wind up, before I also let the Excellencies, so what next for these boys? Now they're back.
What next?
The ambassador is here. What next? What next? They are from Romania. What next? You're the champions in Kenya. And
yes.
What next?
What next is that they have showcased what they can do. The scouts were there, and we believe that they're going to be scouted. Those who are not scouted will continue their education, will continue their playing of football. And as a country, one of the big things we can borrow from Romania is how to grow those talents. As we walked around and we went to Brasov, we could see tennis courts everywhere. Table tennis, the tables are there. In Kenya, for you to play tennis, you need to be a member of a members-only club. And then we are not able to produce as many as we should have. That's why we have the likes of Angela Okutoi not being able to make it to the Olympics, because they didn't get that exposure as early as possible. So we need to borrow from Romania, and we need to learn from them, because they have gone ahead of us. And I believe that with Her Excellency, the ambassador here, she's doing some wonderful job. We also need to learn from the other European Union members. I know there is a small group that is not done. I know the EU ambassador representative, they are the top scorers who are supposed to go to Brussels. And so the government of Belgium is on that one.
Yes.
And that one is still being worked on. There's a young man called Mohamed Hassan.
Yes.
And he's ready. And I'm sure he'll be able to go there.
Yes.
And we believe that they can go and play their football there. They could also possibly go and become citizens there. There are few, like you said, in rugby. There are few in athletics. We can get a few in football. The ones who are there are just playing, but they're Kenyans. Yes. We can sell a few to them.
Indeed, true. And of course, I wouldn't miss to say, of course, a very special thanks to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Romania, especially Her Excellency Luminita Odobescu, for really ensuring. I remember the young boys went to the office in Bucharest, and they met, of course, the top delegation there. So thank you very much. So thank you so much, Thomas, for really making time. Unless you have something to say in under a minute before we leave. Of course, Thomas representing Her Excellency Henriette Gaga, the EU ambassador to Kenya. Please send our regards and our appreciation and our thanks to her for such a wonderful initiative for the young boys and girls.
I will, and she's very happy. But if I may just say something,
Please.
There's also the element for us, of course, of Europe coming to Kenya, and that is something that, especially in the Erasmus program, we have this student mobility. There's 2/3 of the students in this program are Kenyan students going to Europe, but there's 1/3 also of European students coming to study in Kenya for a year, and so there's a lot going on. And so it's not only us wanting people in, but there's also, I think, the exchange with in between the people that is so great, and these people-to-people contacts make it so wonderful.
yes.
Indeed. Oh, indeed. And Ambassador, there is a question here from a viewer. It's important. It's called Gordon Olwatch. He's saying, ask the ambassador how a football academy can go there for a tournament. This is Gordon Olwatch, Your Excellency, who is asking, how can a Kenyan football academy go there for a tournament? A football academy is like, yes, an organization that has young kids, underage. How can they go to
Romania?
Yes.
So, well, we have to discuss, because I have to know what it's about.
Exactly
because I cannot say now on the spot how to do it.
All right.
First of all, to know.
Yes.
But anyway, we are very open for any kind of cooperation. This is clear, and if we can, we are able to support. Of course, we can mobilize the resources and do it.
Good. So you know, just go to the website, Romanian Embassy in Nairobi. Definitely, they have avenues.
On Facebook.
And on Facebook, you'll be able to be there. There's someone there 24 hours to respond to your queries. Radu, just before you leave.
Before I leave, I want to tell you another new thing that 15 or 16 Kenyan athletes just get a visa to go to run in Brașov Running Festival in Brașov in Romania.
It's a marathon.
10,000 meter marathon.
10 kilometers.
Not semi-marathon. It's
10,000.
10,000 meter.
10,000 meter.
Yes.
In Brașov.
In Brașov, yes.
15 Kenyans.
More than 15.
More than
16,
15.
17, I don't know exactly.
You see how Romania has opened her boundaries, has opened her arms for Kenya. We have Her Excellency here. We have the Romanian Embassy. We have the EU delegation in Kenya here to support those kind of ventures. What are you waiting for? This is the time for you to travel to Europe. The way myself, I got myself as a first opportunity. Thank you so much, Principal, really, for you boys. Thank you so much, our young professional footballers. Radu, thank you. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Thank you, Thomas. And of course, thank you to Her Excellency Henriette Geiger for really, for wanting to be here but not being here, but sending, of course, Thomas over here. We thank you so much for this particular initiative. At this point, of course, this Sports Extravaganza, if you're joining us, this is a place where we turn this information into real action on the ground and things are happening. So always be here every Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m. Later after this break, we are having this not even young, he is a star in rugby and he's the only star who I know was born on Christmas Day. He's here to share a beautiful story about how they're going to defend the National Sevens rugby circuit after this very short break. Don't go away.